Hello and welcome to another football video. Now, this episode features the first weekend in February, and we did so much filming during this particular weekend that we had to put all of Saturday the 2nd of February in the last episode, and today only features Sunday the 3rd of February. But before we proceed to showing you the video of what happened, I must bring to your attention the fact that in the midweek period during Tuesday the 29th of January and Wednesday the 30th of January, there were a set of Premier League midweek fixtures in which all 20 sides were in action. So I'm just going to show you a page showing you the scores of how they finished first before we go into the main video. And by the way, if you do notice at the Premier League video, at the end of this video, the tables, and you notice that the teams have played at least 2 fixtures more than during the last round of Premier League games, that's why, because of the midweeks. So back in late January they were all on so many games, now they've advanced by at least 2. It's because of the midweek fixtures. So, I'm now going to show you them. So here are the results, starting with Tuesday the 29th of January, when there were 4 Premier League fixtures. So, in the big relegation clash, Newcastle came out on top, 2-1 winners at Aston Villa, and the Magpies were 2-0 up quite early in that game as well. Strugglers QPR held the champions Man City to a spirited 0-0 draw at Loftus Road, as City continue to lose their grip on the title. And speaking of spirited teams, Wigan came from 2-0 down away at Stoke to get a point in their relegation battle, and Sunderland and Swansea had a goalless draw. Now as we move up to the 30th, a further 6 matches took place on the Wednesday. Firstly, Fulham overpowered West Ham by 3-1. Berbatov amongst the scorers. Man United unconvincingly beat Southampton 2-1, a good performance though from the visitors. Chelsea 2-0 up with just a few minutes to go, and they blew it as Reading scored 2 late goals at the Medeski for a 2-2 draw. Arsenal-Liverpool, another game where the away team were 2-0 up, but the home team battled back to 2-2. Liverpool 2 goals up at the Emirates, but could only get a 2-2 draw. Everton, too strong for West Brom. They went 2-0 up, West Brom got one back, but it finished 2-1. And finally, Norwich 1, Tottenham 1. Spurs battling back with a solo goal from Gareth Bale to bail them out. No pun intended. And there are your midweek games. Good afternoon. It is the 3rd of February today, a Sunday, and the half 1 kick-off is West Bromwich Albion versus Tottenham Hotspur. Now I'm in Chester at the moment, however I'm walking along the canals out of the city centre towards the east, just on the city edges, and then we'll turn back towards Chester in the second half. It's as simple as that. Okay? Departure will be in 5 minutes time when the game kicks off. It's 1:25 now. This bridge that I'm on is immediately to the east of Chester railway station. I'm just going to zoom in and show you a closer look. And the Virgin Voyager right in the middle of the shot is due to depart to London in just a few minutes time, which is also when this match kicks off at 1:30. So we'll see that depart and then we'll be on our way, okay? a 10-car double formation set as well. a lot of passengers there. In Chester in the northwest of England at the moment, but in just 2 hours time they'll be in central London. Hence the joys of high-speed rail. And there it goes. We're just heading off this bridge now. The game is underway, by the way. We're less than a minute in, and obviously it's still 0-0. But a great match in prospect. Well, we're just east of the city centre at the moment, and this bridge that we're going over is indeed the canal. So we're going to turn right and loop our way round. The canal looking west, back into town, but we're going east. And it's a lock, and as you can see there's a barge that's just about to be lowered. We're not going to stick around though to watch. And the blue building ahead of you is the old water tower. It used to be a lighter shade of blue, the coat of paint at the top, but it was recently repainted a few years back, I think it was. Only 9 minutes gone so far, still 0-0. And it's the first of 3 Premier League games this month for each side, all 3 of Spurs of which are televised games. They've got Newcastle at home next weekend, and then travel to West Ham United on a Monday night match on the 25th, I think it is. And there is the blue water tower. There it is. Well, now that the rain stopped and the skies are clearing and it's mild, very nice day, I'm pleased. Yeah, quaint terraced houses by the side of the canal. Terraced houses right by the side of the canal. Well, we're just south of the railway line at the moment, however, that and the canal, near enough, run alongside each other. Not directly, but we're never more than about 100 metres away from the railway during today's walk. By the way, when we get to half time, I will turn the camera towards my face and I will summarise yesterday's results on another dramatic day in the Premier League. Indeed it was. Well, this building to the right is called the Bridge Inn. It's a pub. And yes, I have been to this one. It was a few years ago, but we had a jolly good time. The beers were flowing, the bevies were being drunk. Well, I'm very sad to say, just after I filmed it, when I was walking right past the building, it's all boarded up. Metal across every window, with a sign saying all valuables have been removed. It's another victim of the recession. It's shut down, it's bust. Too bad, because yeah, we had a good few hours in there on a night out in May 2010. Oh, chance! Almost a West Brom goal. A 1-on-1 and Yoris saved it. Just under 20 minutes gone. By the way, before that it was mostly Tottenham, nearly all Tottenham. They had a succession of corners. There was one attempt that was cleared off the line and then hit the post, I think, cleared by Claudio Jacob. But a decent game at the moment. 20 minutes gone. Well, another lock there, just below the cream-coloured house. And I think, if I remember correctly, this small building in front of me used to be a toilet. On another subject though, this big field to the right has football pitches and the Sunday League taking place now, as it's winter. And in the summer, there's cricket over there, but it's not the cricket season, it's the close season. Halfway through the first half, it's still 0-0. I was wrong. Well, I might be wrong, I don't know, but it doesn't say anything. There's no evidence that it is a toilet or was. Just what I thought I remembered it being. Oh, beautiful. An innocent couple of ducks. And for anyone that doesn't know, the male is the one at the top and the female is at the bottom. Well, West Brom have just had a corner of their own. And it immediately at least didn't come to anything. I think Tottenham have cleared it now. Spurs are on the counter-attack. Stay with me for a minute. And it comes to 0. Goal kick. Well, looking to my left, various garden allotments you can see here. And we are very much in the outskirts of Chester now. The first bridge coming up is one of the A road that partly rings around the city, partial ring road, and there's a barge just coming up to another loch, or if you're Scottish, loch. You can just see the barge entering the loch area, and the echoes are considerable in here. And I've also lost reception with just over 30 minutes on the clock. Yeah, and the guy at the top there helping them out. There he is. Oh yeah. Well, the railway line between Chester and Crewe, which is near here, is actually passing underneath us right now as we speak, in a tunnel about 100 metres long or so. And just those people up there, when we get past them, you'll see the railway to our right. I was wrong. That bridge you can see over there, that's where it enters the tunnel. And the railway line is still running alongside there. And it's in this stretch of canal you can see in front of you, it's passing underneath us at a diagonal, and it's about 150 metres ahead of here to the right where you'll see it next. Well, Spurs have got a free kick right outside the box. It's in the D, in fact it's Gareth Bale, here it is. Off target, over the top, goal kick. And now you can see a succession of bridges. The canal, the railway I mean, is just down there. The canal though is this way, isn't it? Yet another lock here. As we enter the final minutes of the first half, I would say about 10, just under 10 minutes left. Spurs currently on the attack. Always that bit more quality in possession with the away team, which you would expect, but still goalless. And this road we're coming out to is the M53. Well, it's interesting. It's a sign of the times, because exactly a year ago, at the beginning of February, I did this same walk on a Sunday, and West Bromwich Albion were also involved then. But now, the now former Premier League side, Wolverhampton Wanderers, were the other team. It was the first half of a doubleheader on Sunday, but it was a Black Country derby at Molineux, and West Brom trounced them 5-1. It was a humiliating defeat for Wolves on the way to relegation, and Mick McCarthy got sacked after it. Different ballpark now though, and it's such a good canal that there's even a water point. Yep, for any people that are thirsty or need water in general, that's where you go. I'm sorted personally, I've got my own bottle of water, but thanks anyway. Let's go then. Well, some bad news for Tottenham. Defoe is injured. He's being helped down the tunnel, and new signing Lewis Holtby is coming on in his place as we approach half time. And this is the point where we come off the canal. We're going to be turning right up these steep steps. Yeah, not that way. Up here. Just watch me step here. There we are. And we're going to be walking down there and left. Oh, speaking a bit. Well, if I remember correctly, we turn right just a bit ahead of here, about 100 yards or so. We're very much outside of Chester now. Well, Thomas is for sale, but I'm not. And what's funny is what I've just said doesn't make a bit of sense. And anyone that watches these videos will know that I just waffle about nothing important whatsoever most of the time. There's just a minute or two left of the first half. Spurs are in possession at the moment. Well, we've just walked past a few houses, but we're now onto a dirt track. And the plan was always going to be to walk to a certain bridge that goes over the Chester Crew line and chill out there during half time, and then start the walk back in the second half. And we're almost there, it's just a bit ahead now. And it's half time, just as I reach this bridge. Timing almost impeccable. And some great views to be had of the Welsh hills and mountains in the distance. So here we are. Just a random bridge with rolling farmers' fields in the distance there. And there's the railway in the Chester direction. And then the railway towards Crewe is down there. I might see the odd train or two here and I'll film it if I do, but otherwise I'll see you in the second half. Well, there's a train just coming in. It's an Arriva Trains Wales service. And there it goes, on its way to Chester. And there it goes. Well, here comes another train, and this time it is Crewe bound. And there it goes, off on its merry way. Oh yes. And for anyone that's interested, train spotting is not my one life passion. Only occasion do I go. And here comes the Virgin Voyager off to London. And there it is. And this is also a 10-car double formation set. Oh yes. And there it goes, around the corner, and that'll be in central London in just 2 hours' time. Well, the second half is getting underway in just a minute or two from now. And concerningly for Spurs fans, it appears to be a metatarsal problem for Defoe, which will rule him out until the end of March at least. It's typically about 2 months for a metatarsal. Hopefully though, it isn't. And by the way, Tottenham almost took the lead twice right at the end of the first half. They probably had their best 2 chances of the half through a Bale and a Dempsey. But neither of them came to anything, and it is indeed still goalless. Second half coming up next. Well, we're just 2 minutes into the second half or so, from my count, and we've just had the biggest news of the game so far. It's not a goal, it's a sending off, and it's more the reason than the fact that will disappoint West Brom. It's a straight red card for... This is terrible. I can't even remember the player who's been sent off. There's a West Brom player has been sent off, and he's been sent off for spitting at a Tottenham player. So, a terrible blow for West Brom. Tottenham have had their own blow, but at least they've got one man more on the pitch, and they'll fancy winning this now. They're actually without a win in 3 of Spurs. They've drawn the last 3 games. So as soon as I remember or I'm told who got sent off, I'll pass it on to you. Well, Tottenham are only in the 4th highest position in the Premier League so far. But can they take 3 points from the highest ground in the top flight, and indeed the whole country? We'll see. I still completely forgotten who got sent off. Despicable thing to do. As Daffy Duck would say, it's totally despicable. Despicable. Well, the incentive is certainly with Spurs to win this. And with Arsenal winning yesterday and Everton now level with them on points, it's quite important this for them. About 6 minutes gone in the second half at the moment. Well, we're just having a few reception problems at the moment. bear with me. As soon as we get off this busy road, it should be a bit better. At least this road isn't full of cars. And we're now heading on to the brown route, as it just said on the signpost. So we're heading back onto the canal. Yeah, 10 minutes gone in the second half at the moment. Well, unfortunately, the wind direction will be against us for the entirety of the walk back. But I'll just raise my voice so you can hear me. Yeah, all Tottenham now, they're really turning the screw. And walk on the volley. Flushes it wide for a West Brom goal kick. Nearly an hour gone. Well, that's a busy road up there, but we're heading down into the path under the bridge. The same bridge where we did Echo on the way there. And the reception's gone again. Darn it. Well, I've just heard from the commentators on TalkSport, by the way. Sam Matterface and Stan Collymore. Goran Popov is that West Brom player that let himself down, and it was Cole Walker that he spat at. As I'll show you the allotments over there. 3/4 of the match gone, 67 on the clock. Just over 20 minutes to go, and we finally have the first goal of the match. Well, Spurs had the run of possession and play, and it's not surprising because it's them that have taken the lead. It's Gareth Bale again, and it's another cracking goal from him from the edge of the box. The London travelling contingent in the Smethwick Road end celebrate. It's West Brom 0, Spurs 1. Well, here we are, back at the football fields. Hello, doggy. And the cricket, you can see all the cricket board stuff there. Don't even know what it's called, it's terrible. Yeah, on the left. And Spurs had another chance just a minute ago. They're just under 20 minutes away from a valuable 3 points that will move them to within just one of third place Chelsea and give them a 3-point cushion over Everton and 4 over their North London rivals Arsenal, with less than a month from now until the second North London derby, which Spurs have home advantage for, by the way. Well, West Brom aren't finished yet. Tottenham were 1-0 up with a few minutes to go at White Hart Lane back at the beginning of the season, and West Brom only went and scored a last-minute equaliser through Morrison. They could easily do it again, even with 10 men, because remember, they're at home this time. Well, this guy certainly ain't swanning around. There he is, or she. And there's a few more over there. Well, a swan and a few ducks, that is. Well, West Brom have just gone flat since conceding that goal. They're not really offering much at all. They're just trying to defend to prevent Spurs getting another goal. Popov's sending off, I think, has really done it for them. And he's only got himself to blame. He'll have to add spit to what he did. Well, you know that we're getting back into town now. As you can see, the Water Tower again. And there's 10 minutes left of this match. And I was going to say earlier that it would be sod's law if this finished 0-0 after another goalless draw featured by me with the QPR Norwich game yesterday. And by the way, I forgot to summarise the scores from yesterday. I will do it, you bet. And let me show you this big water tower from the other side. And there it is. Into the closing minutes of this game now. West Brom are not finished yet. No game is won until the final whistle, when there's only one goal in it. And the race is on. And now they go. Well, it's just a case of keep ball now for Tottenham. They're keeping possession and just trying to close out this 3 points that they're on course for. There's 6 minutes left. And by the way, we've passed the bridge where we came on and we are heading straight to the station. Well, Andre Villas-Boas rallies on the troops to try and close out the 3 points. Well, the Premier League is the best league in the world, and it's featured all over the world too. Well, the West Brom fans are starting to filter out the exits now. I think they've just about given up any hope as we leave the canal for today. 1 minute left of normal time. And the station is just down here. There's that building with a big white clock just a few hundred metres ahead of here. And yet again, we've timed it perfectly. And we should be at the station just when the full-time whistle goes. Well, with the Everton-Chelsea game at the end of December, we approached from a different direction, from the left, as we view it. But we're going to head to the station, head on today. And we are now to stoppage time. After the goalless draw yesterday, at least this is not going to finish goalless. So there you have it. We're now back at Chester Station. And Tottenham Hotspur did close out a 1-0 win. And they have Gareth Bale to thank with a wonder goal. 20 minutes or so from time to win the game for them. And by the way, West Brom are still without a win in 2013 in any competition. A barren winless run for them. The Spurs are on a brilliant unbeaten streak. Unbeaten in 9 league games now. Unbeaten in any league game in 2013 at least. And it is the best unbeaten run for them since Harry was in charge. And the train coming in behind me is my train. And in a little while I will do what I said and I will summarise yesterday's results, okay? Offer support and well, we know that Tottenham have just won at West Bromwich Albion this afternoon. The other games from yesterday finished as follows. Firstly, the Saturday lunchtime kick-off was, of course, QPR 0, Norwich City 0. In the evening match, it was Fulham 0, Man United 1, and they won it with Wayne Rooney in the last minute. And it's not the first time we said that about that team, is it? But for the 3 o'clock games, they did not finish. Most of them didn't finish the way that they were when I left you yesterday. Not at all. Firstly, it was Reading 1, Sunderland 1. Reading went on to again score a late win, and they scored a lot of late goals to rescue and earn points recently. They won 2-1. West Ham United scored a fairly late winner to beat Swansea 1-0. Andy Carroll with his second goal for the club now. And around the same minute, about 11, 12, 30 minutes in the end, Lucas Podolski did the same for Arsenal as I edged past Stoke by the same score. Wigan Southampton, it was 1-1, but it finished 2-2. Southampton went 2-1 up, but Wigan got a late equaliser there. Okay. And then, what were the other 2 games? Everton Villa. What a game that was. I think it was still 2-1 to Villa, wasn't it, when we left you? Well, Villa went 3-1 up just after that. No. It was 3-1 when I was telling you about it in the car. Well, Everton mounted a comeback and broke Villa hearts in the last minute to a draw 3-3. And that's at least the 3rd time this season that Villa have blown a 2-0 lead, and at 6 points gone. And you just get the impression that could be made to pay by the end for that. Possibly the story of the day, though, was at St James's Park. Chelsea were 2-1 up. I think I told you Chelsea were 2-1 up. Well, Newcastle only went and equalised to 2-2 and win it in the last minute. Sissoko, the new signing, with a couple of goals and instrumental. So that's how it finished there, and that's how it finished overall. Thank you for joining me this week. I'm off to watch Man City Liverpool now. See you next week.